So there's a lot of good characters in Brawlhalla. However, there are a couple that definitely stand out in my opinion, and today we're going to be looking at the one which I personally think is probably the best in the game. Now, with that being said, there are a lot of other characters that are on par with this one. However, right now, I think that Sidra is possibly the best in the game just because Cannon is insane and Sword is in such a good spot. I don't even know where to really start with this character. I think that Sidra is just like a freak when it comes to just about everything. The only thing I would say that I don't think is completely that crazy about Sidra is the SIGs. And I know to some that might be a shock because the N SIG on Cannon is like dummy good. I mean, that thing's crazy. It's literally like a free hitbox in the air, and then you can still like do something while the cannonball like before it even lands. So yes, that is really good, and I also think that like D-Sig on Sword is very solid as well. However, that really isn't like, I don't know. Those aren't really like super hard selling points, like just those two SIGs alone. Yes, the other SIGs are like pretty good. Not bad at all, but guys, what else do I have to say? Cannon right now is just disgustingly good. Like, it doesn't even make sense how good Cannon is right now. At worst, say you catch one dodge, right? You're going to be getting, like, just an absolute absurd amount of damage. And it's kind of crazy. Like, the fact that you can almost expect to die off of one cannon string, it just gets, like, a little bit crazy. Yeah, it's honestly sad, though, because it feels like Cannon is in a spot where what the heck do you do with it? Like, it doesn't even make sense where it is right now. Like, they did a rework. It seemed to, like, kind of be garbage after the rework. And before, like, it wasn't even that, like, crazy of a weapon before. It was just that I think it wasn't cannon-y enough. And I will say, the new cannon, yes, it definitely fits that role a lot better. At least, like, the new dare does. Maybe keep the dare and change everything else. But it just, like, I don't know. It definitely just seems like what they did to Cannon is insane. Because they basically made it work, and when it works, it's ridiculous. And honestly, another thing to mention, I did talk about it a little bit in the opening as well, but yeah, Sword is just super solid. They nerfed Sidelight, and then they buffed it again, which is kind of strange. Like, it's not that Sword, I don't think Sword's super OP, and like 2v2s, it's one of the best weapons for sure, if not like the best. But Sword in ones, I think there's a lot of underused potential of Sword. You can do like D-Light, Ground Pound into M-Light, and that's all true. However, it is hard, but say like you hit it, like you hit a D-Light dare, and then you can do a D-Light Ground Pound, like you catch their dodge. You know, it's just a free, I believe, like 45 damage or something. So it's just like stuff like that on Sword is really good. Like, Sword has a lot of potential for stringing stuff. It's just very versatile all around. And then I think finally, like, the stats of Sidra are just absurd. You can put her down to 3 dex, which only adds a defense. And I gotta be real, out of all the characters I play low dex on, like, I'm considering playing defense stance on Fate just because that 4 dex actually feels kind of nice compared to the 3 dex. Like, I feel like I mess up a lot. Now, to be fair, it could be like lag. If it was, say, like a LAN type connection, maybe then it would feel a lot better and I wouldn't feel forced to play a little bit higher decks just because, like, I drop combos and stuff. It also could be the fact that maybe I'm bad. I don't know. But yeah, Sidra, like, I mean, you literally don't feel it. Like, what I did just there felt smooth as, like, high decks, in my opinion. God, like, I don't even know what to say, man. The person who made Cannon definitely was, like, I don't know. I don't want to say they were on one because that sounds bad, but they were like, you know what? Screw it. We're going all in. We're literally, like, doing everything. Like, oh, they want more combos? They want to get more strings? Okay, let's just add something that'll literally kill them in one dodge. One dodge? Okay, goodbye. Skip cutscene. You're dead. Like, it's just ridiculous what they've done with this weapon. And honestly, Cannon and Sword are just, like, a ridiculous combo as well. Because Cannon, yes, you have, like, the super easy ability to rack up damage, but also the killing isn't horrible. I will say. However, like sword, come on guys, like you've all experienced it. We've all gotten D-Light recovered once in our life, and maybe for me, you know, I've been in a sword ditto, and maybe it's lost me some sets. Not mad or anything, but I'm kind of mauled. I am a little mad, I'm not gonna lie. GC D-Light is still like super strong, even if they nerfed it. And yeah, like just being able to rely on sword for the kills is always very, very nice. Okay, this guy's definitely overlived his day. Come on, come here. I honestly respect it though. That guy tried till the very end. So yeah, Sidra like is probably the best character in the game, or at least to me. I think this character is insane, and yes, I'm playing it because I'm not stupid and I'm taking advantage of this. Instead of complaining, I've decided this time, you know what? Let's actually make use of the fact that Cannon is just a different animal, like literally bred in a laboratory, like given all the steroids. You know how like, okay, like I've been exercising a little bit, right? You know how like they have like recommended amount of like daily intake for like just about anything, but like protein powder or something. And yeah, this is like skipping the instructions, be like, ah, I'll be fine. And like not only taking more than you should, but you like take 4 scoops instead of the 2 that you're supposed to. And like you're just an absolute meat wagon when you're on it. And that's kind of how you have to be with Cannon. Like you have to be like a little bit no fear, just always willing to do something, because like the neutral feels like it's so strange. It feels like it doesn't exist, like the neutral game of the weapon. And because it's literally all based around that. It's literally all based around, okay, let me hit my sidelight, let me hit some move that'll allow me to get something going so I can literally kill them off of 1 dodge. And it's just freaking insane. I kind of went a bit on a tangent there, but I think I made my point with like the protein pattern stuff. But what I was gonna get at before I went on that was the fact that even though this is like the best character in the game, I think there still are counters. Like I think Orb, I think Scythe, honestly, and Hammer, they do pretty well into Cannon. However, it also sucks because it's like, listen, you have to like know what you're doing against Cannon. You still have to be careful because Cannon by far just has the easiest dodge punishes in the game. I should have done sidelight there, and the most rewarding at that as well. Like if you don't think that, straight up delusional. Like I mean, you're insane. I just don't know what else to tell you. Like you need to see a doctor if you're not thinking Cannon is just flat out the best weapon in the game. Like, sure, there are other weapons that are good. Just about everything's really, really, really good right now. I mean, I think everything's really, really good right now. Like, people argue Katars aren't that great, but I still think Katars are super, super solid. I just find them to be, like, a little easier. It's just that they're not a cannon right now. Literally, nothing is a cannon. Sure, I have Fate in the back pocket, but is that cannon? No. And that doesn't matter right now. Oh, man. All right. But, yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on Sidra. At this point, we've hit a point in the video now where it's just bully these kids. I said it, like, I think last video. You just gotta, like, if you're playing Cannon, you're just a bully, man. Like, accept it. You are just rude. The fact that you are gonna put your opponent through that. Like, sure, anything to win, and that's respectable. And like I said last time, smart as well. But, geez, like, just expect to get hated for playing this weapon. Although it is, like, a smart move, and other people should just stop crying about it. Yeah, not much else to say. Like, it's pretty interesting too, because like people complain about Cannon to me all the time, and I'll play it into them. I've had a decent amount of people like DC or just walk off when I hit them with like a big string. And, you know, to be fair, they already were kind of getting rolled a little bit, but it's still like, oh geez, like instead of actually figuring it out and maybe trying it themselves, they're not even like considering that as an option, and they're literally just like baby raging and quitting. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, you should always try and learn, or at least try the weapon that's like really, really meta right now and really good. So that's just me. That's my thoughts on it. You know, if you don't want to play against the weapon or play it because you don't find it fun, like, I get it. But if you literally haven't tried it, then you know, no excuse. Try it before you decide to like say, oh, you know, this weapon's lame, I don't want to play it, because otherwise you look kind of stupid to me. Not gonna lie. All right, this guy honestly, I think is pretty good. I think Bo too can maybe have a little bit of a good time against Cannon. I say a little bit of a good time because nothing is having like a completely great time. Like, Cannon's always the one having a good time, and everything else is kind of like, if the Cannon player's feeling generous, you know, maybe they won't 0 to death you this time. But yeah, I don't even know, does Cannon Sair still have more force than Hammer Sair? If that's like actually still a thing, that's like like mind-blowing to me. You know, I don't know what else to say. Oh my gosh. But I do know that this guy's like a freak. Who is this guy? Razor, RZR. All right, what are we gonna do? Now, I said this is the best character in the game. Losing on it would be a shame. But also, I can say, you know, if I lose here, just between you guys, you know, you and me and the viewers, that this is the best counter pick against Sidra. That's the excuse, all right? Don't tell anyone, but like, be like, oh yeah, Phazon lost in this video, but you know, he lost to Yumiko, and Yumiko is like the character to pick against Kanon right now, or against Sidra right now. Just like, do that for me, please. I know you guys have my back. You know, just like how I know you guys are also all high elo diamond players, like cream of the crop, best of the best. All right, maybe we can hit some here. I'm kind of afraid he's gonna like rip an N-Sig, and I will too. He's gonna no D-Sig, really? This guy is, I was about to say he's really smart, but maybe I take it back. Oh man, like what do you do here? I'll give you a tip. What you do here is you don't jump. Like it actually is kind of punishable. Like he could do a sig here. If he was close enough, he could hit me. Some people are just such like, how do I say this nicely? Like afraid, I guess? Like, you know, afraid, but like harsher. Oh no. He's gonna bow ground pound. This is actually the counter pick against it. I don't know what else to say. Yumiko is the best character against Sidra. The best character in the game. Alright, so yeah, that's Sidra. What I think is the best character in the game. And, you know, me throwing that game aside, I think there are counter picks out there. And I think there are picks that do work. I did mention them. Scythe, Bow, Orb, Hammer. Like, those are probably good places to start with. I'm sure someone will, like, figure out a pretty strong counter pick into it. But yeah, I mean, if you don't think Kanon's like the best weapon, you're delusional. And then Sword's just super solid. So don't be like a Caspian main or like a Diamond Head main and just be like, oh, that weapon looks lame, I don't want to play it. Dude, you're playing like the two of the same weapons. One's sharper than the other. One's a pair of fists, one's a knife. And they're both close range. And you're not willing to try like a string weapon / like heavy weapon that literally can kill the opponent off one dodge. Sorry, I was malding a little bit there, but you get the point. Like, don't knock it till you try it, basically. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.